Hello, thanks for joining us and welcome to the Monday edition of News Across Nigeria. I'm Olumide Macaulay. On the program today, the PDP Board of Trustees appeals to members of the party to withdraw court cases as the PDP moves to mend cracked walls. The Supreme Council for Sharia in Nigeria asks federal government to ban all activities of the Islamic movement of Nigeria and prosecute group leader Sheikh Ibrahim al-Zakzaki. And Governor Akinwumi Ambode tasks civil servants in Lagos State to add value to governance and swears in 5 newly appointed permanent secretaries into the state civil service. We begin in the north-central part of the country and the Federal Capital Territory with some party politics, where the chairman of the Board of Trustees of the People's Democratic Party, Senator Walid Jibrin, has appealed to members of the PDP who have filed cases in court to have a rethink in the interest of peace and unity of the party. Senator Jibrin, who spoke at the inauguration of an 18-man reconciliation committee, called on all warring factions in the party to sheathe their swords and give peace a chance. On his part, Chairman of the committee, Professor Jerry Gana, promised that they will work assiduously to broker peace between all the members. They have 7 days to submit their report.
The Board of Trustees is the conscience of this party. I think God will not forgive us if we sit down and be looking at this problem with all the court cases all over the places. Over 15 court cases are going on, and I think we should put to end all these court cases. And the way we can do it is to allow all the aggrieved to come together, take away or remove the cases from courts, and give support to this very important committee that will start to work immediately. And within 7 days, they are expected to give us their report so that we can finalize this matter once and for all.
The sense of fairness, the sense of justice, the sense of making sure that the PDP is again together as a very powerful body. Would appeal to our dear friend, Senator Ali Modu Sharif, and his members to kindly give us the chance to consult, to listen, to discuss, and by the grace of God to come to a solution that will unite the PDP. We believe this is possible.
To the south-south and the tragic death of 3 members of the Joint Task Force of codenamed Operation Delta Safe who've been killed in Nembe, a riverine area of Bayelsa State. The officers came under attack at a checkpoint mounted by the task force on the Nembe waterways by persons suspected to be militants. Reports say the suspects, who were in a gunboat, were dressed in white, disguised as part of a group returning from a burial ceremony. The militants opened fire on the officers and stole 2 of their gunboats. Back in the Federal Capital Territory, and more revelations have been coming from the man in the eye of the storm of the incident of alleged budget padding in the House of Representatives, Mr. Abdul Mumin Jibrin. The former chairman of the House Committee on Appropriation has accused 2 governors and 3 former members of the House of Reps of preventing him from meeting with President Muhammadu Buhari. He alleges that the action was part of a plot to provide a soft landing for the Speaker, the Honorable Yakubu Dogara. Mr. Jibrin, who made the allegations in a statement, did not give the governor's names nor that of the former House of Reps members. His statement was released yesterday, just as the Transparency Group in the House told journalists that members will meet today to review their strategy. According to Mr. Jibrin, the governors had blocked him access to the president to give his account of his side of the story, as Honorable Dogara did last week. And in the northwestern part of the country, the Supreme Council for Sharia in Nigeria, the SCSN, the Kaduna State chapter, has called on the federal government to ban all activities of the Islamic movement in Nigeria and prosecute their leader, Sheikh Ibrahim Zakzaki. Rising from their meeting in Kaduna on Sunday, the group comprising of Islamic preachers and scholars supported the indictment of the Islamic movement by the Judicial Commission of Inquiry set up by the Kaduna State government to investigate the December 2015 clash between the Shiites and soldiers in Zaria. The Muslim leaders maintained that the acts of impunity exhibited by the movement over the years in Zaria and other states in the north are against the teachings of Islam and the Nigerian constitution.
We show some lectures given by the Shiites scholars, which shows that they are not good Muslims. Okay. Even scholars are of the view that they are not Muslims. So what the commission that was set up by the government says against the Shiites is true, and every Muslim should support that. And what the soldiers did against them, as rightly said our leader, is right. There's nothing wrong in what that. Even in Iran, where the Shiites is based, no chief of army staff will be passing, and the Shiites will stop him. Talk less of Nigeria, where the Muslims are in majority and the Sunnah Muslims are in majority. So what the soldiers did is very right and okay with the Muslim Ummah in this country. Mostly these soldiers are ignorant. They know nothing about Islam. That's what, if you had what exactly I've said in what we show to us now, you know that this man is not a Muslim at all. The government should do the right thing that is supposed to be done without any fear or favor against Zakzaki. Yes, in this country, Nigeria is a multi-purpose religious country, not a secular person. We allow anybody to say whatever he wants. They should tell scholars to give out certificates to those who are rightly and correctly and responsible for their preaching in this country. Not everybody can come and say whatever you want and go away. Not all the Fulanis are not Muslims. So from what we've learned, even all these Fulanis courts are not from Nigeria. You see them, their head, their hair being tied together, which the Fulani of Nigeria is not doing that. So the government should do is the right work, know those who are coming to the country. The immigration to do his work, know those who are going out and those who are coming to the country, so that everything will be okay.
Meanwhile, the Islamic movement of Nigeria has faulted the call by the Supreme Council for Sharia in Nigeria for its ban. Speaking to Channels Television via telephone, the spokesman for the group, Mr. Ibrahim Musa, claims the Sharia group never respected the beliefs of the Sheikh Ibrahim Zakzaki-led Islamic movement of Nigeria. Take a listen.
Yes, truly they made that call yesterday, but we are not surprised because they made such calls. Because the group called Supreme Council for Sharia in Nigeria is a group of some people that they are known for their hate campaigns against anybody who is not in following their own belief, their religious belief, especially Christians and we who are followers of the Shia Islamic faith. According to them, this kind of people, if you are not following their belief, then your blood should be spilled. In fact, I can categorically say that they are the intellectual base of other terrorist groups like the Boko Haram, the ISIS in Syria, and the rest of them. So we are not surprised by their call that the Islamic movement in Nigeria should be banned. But we should know that Islamic movement in Nigeria is not an association. We don't have the president, the auditor, the secretary, and the rest of them. Islamic movement in Nigeria is just a collection of Muslims who believe that as Muslims we should be guided by Allah's teachings and His Prophet's teachings. That's all. So how can you ban such a group? In fact, let me tell you, I have a collection of their books. That is why even we even boycotted the Judicial Commission set up by the Kaduna State government, because among them there is a professor, there is a doctor who is also part of all this kind of ideology. They wrote books saying that Christians should be killed, Shiites should be killed, their property should be destroyed. In fact, let me tell you, whenever you see any crisis in the north, this kind of people are the people who are fueling that crisis, because they believe if you are not part of them, then your blood should be spilled. And this is not true. This is not correct. Why should you kill somebody simply because you differ in terms of belief? That is why even in such crisis in the north, you find that the Christians flock to the Shia community to protect them, because we believe there is no compulsion in religion. We believe in peace, full propagation of Islam and the rest of it.
That's the spokesman of the Islamic Movement of Nigeria reacting to the call for their ban by the Supreme Council for Sharia, in Nigeria. You're watching news across Nigeria, and when we come back, civil servants in Lagos State have been charged to add value to governance by the Lagos State Governor, Akinwumi Ambode. Please stay with us.